Hey YouTubers, this is Richard of GK's Apprentice back with you, and I'm here with this week's Gravekeeper deck profile. I have a little bit of a cold this week, so please excuse me if I have to sniffle or cough once or twice. I'll try to keep it under control, but we're going to jump right into it. Some changes made this week. I hope you guys like them, and here we go. Starting out with the monster lineup, we have 3 Gravekeeper's Commandant. He searches out your Necro Valley. 3 of the Gravekeeper Spy. When flipped, it's a flip effect that she gets to special summon a Gravekeeper monster with 1500 or less attack from the deck. The Gravekeeper's Recruiter, 3 of him. When he's sent to the graveyard, he searches for a Gravekeeper monster with 1500 or less defense and adds it to the hand. 2 Gravekeeper's Descendants, he contributes a Gravekeeper monster to destroy any card on the field. 2 Gravekeeper's Heretic, he is unaffected by all cards as long as Necro Valley is on the field. 1 Gravekeeper Shaman, 1 Gravekeeper's Assailant, and 1 Malefic Cyber Dragon. The reason why I put it in the main deck this week is because after thoroughly researching this, I have found that as long as Necro Valley is on the field, the Gravekeeper's Heretic can attack in addition to the Malefic Cyber Dragon. The reason why is because Malefic Cyber Dragon's continuous effect says that other monsters you control cannot declare an attack. That means that it is affecting the monsters and not the player. Cards like Threatening Roar say that your opponent cannot declare an attack this turn. Whereas, in this case, it's a continuous effect that is in fact affecting monsters. Starting out spells with 3 Necro Valley. 2 of the Gravekeeper's Stela. That searches 2 Gravekeeper monsters from your graveyard and adds them to your hand. Really useful. MVP tech card of this deck is Magical Dimension. Just love it. I love it. It's great. I prefer 2 Wonder Wands over Pot of Duality. The reason why is because I special summon a lot in this deck and I don't want to hurt myself with Pot of Duality. 2 Mystical Space Typhoons and ending spells with 1 Book of Moon. Excuse me. Going into traps now. 3 Imperial Tombs of Necro Valley. Awesome, awesome trap. 1 Wiretap in case I can't get to the Imperial Tombs. 2 Rites of Spirit. They special summon a Gravekeeper monster from my graveyard. Cannot be negated by Necro Valley. 2 Fiendish Chains. And the 1-ubs. 1 Black Horn of Heaven. 1 Mirror Force because it's one of my favorite cards of all time. 1 Solemn Warning. 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. Torrential Tribute. And Compulsory Evacuation Device to end the main deck at 42 cards. A number that I'm comfortable with and statistically doesn't slow you down at all. I mean, it does, but in statistics, less than 5% is negligible, and it's not just less than 5%. It's about 2.5 to 3%. Moving up to the extra deck, starting out with a Cyber Dragon for the special summon of a Malefic Cyber Dragon. Stardust Dragon, he will probably be coming out soon. He's just not working for me anymore. The number 101 Silent Underarch. Number 85 Crazy Box. 2 of the number 66 Master Key Beetles. I like to protect my Shaman with it. 2 Gaga Cowboys. I like to bring one out in early game and one out in late game if I can. Wind Up Zenmeister. Help gets my Spy's effect off twice in a turn. Maystroke. The Photon Pappler Operative. Number 50 Black Ship of Corn. And ending the Rank 4 staples with Diamond Direwolf. Excuse me. And got 1 number 69 Heraldry Crest. It takes 3 monsters to make, but it has a really powerful effect. If you don't know what it does, it basically negates all XYZ monsters on the field and then steals one of their effects. Copies one of their effects, rather. And 1 rank 3 Levier the Sea Dragon to end the extra deck. Going into the side deck, I have 2 Kaiser Coliseum. Really been enjoying this card. It just helps out a lot in this deck. Royal Tribute, Dark Hole, and 1 Spellbook of Wisdom. it protects you from things like lances, as long as the lance isn't used in the damage step, I suppose. Skill Drain, 2 copies of that. I've been busting that out every single match. 1 Curse Seal, the Forbidden Spell. I actually got this off against Spellbook Prophecy last night, but I ended up losing the match anyway. 1 Overworked, that might be coming out soon since Fire Fist is dying out. Light Imprisoning Mirror is definitely sticking around because Bujins are here with the force still. But I beat them last night. And then I have 1 Malefic Stardust Dragon, 1 Fossil Dyna, 1 Thunder King, 1 Shaman, and 1 Assailant to end the side deck. This deck went 4-2 last night at locals. I beat Geargia, but I also lost a match of Geargia. I lost to Geargia and Spellbook Prophecy last night. But I beat Geargia. I beat a machine deck that wasn't Geargia. I beat Bujins. And the last one was a Plant Synchron deck that it wasn't that great. They didn't use Lone Fire Blossom at all. Either I don't think they had it, or they just weren't familiar with the build, maybe. But that's going to do it for this week's deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any tips, comments, criticisms, or suggestions, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. If you did like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for weekly Gravekeeper deck profiles, as well as Gravekeeper duel videos and Yu-Gi-Oh card game strategy in general. This is Richard, signing out. Good luck at Locals this week, guys.